Wild Strawberry is a really interesting manga. In only 5 chapters, it has sunken its claws into me, but has also exhibited fangs that keep me away. This manga may be yet another example of great premise, awesome opening chapters, but poor execution with each release. In a desolate near future Tokyo, orphan siblings Kayano and Kingo struggle to get by. Kayano is afflicted with a mysterious plant-like disease that has ravaged Tokyo decades earlier. Because the siblings have very little money, they're forced to live in the poorest of neighborhoods in Tokyo, living amongst others who have caught this disease. Despite their best efforts, Kayano is discovered and ordered to be executed. What comes next is exactly what you would expect, and while this manga looks visually stunning, the play-by-numbers plot is something that anyone familiar with modern-day battle shonen will immediately pick up on. In fact, I'll go a little further. This manga, authored by Ire Yanemoto, is so derivative of basically every popular battle shonen that has come out underneath the Shueisha umbrella over the last, I don't know, like 5 years. Chainsaw Man is the obvious one, Full Night comes to mind almost immediately, Undead Unluck, Shoujo Null, Hell's Paradise, Jujutsu Kaisen. You see elements of all of those stories in Wild Strawberry, and it's really annoying. What about Wild Strawberry, if anything, stands out against those other series? I'd say it'd have to be the presentation of color. In chapter 2, there's a 6-page blackout right before Kingo transforms for the first time, and what you come across is an explosive double spread of vibrancy and gore. No cap, this is one of the most pontifical moments that I've ever read in a manga. Gazing upon this spread showcases Yanemoto's ability to seamlessly blend traditional coloring and digital approaches. The splatter and spray of blood and organic matter reminds me of early Image comics. And just like early Image comics, Yanemoto might be flying a bit too close to the sun. In the next chapter, Kingo transforms again. While there is no color spread or extended blackout this time around, he again retreats into his consciousness to ask Kayano to tap into her power. There's an outside shot of the house he's fighting in, then yet another explosion of guts, plants, and blood. I was hoping there would be a variety to the fights and transformations, but it seems like the author hasn't fully figured that out yet. The main character has no personality. Everything that Kingo does is for Kayano, and that's all. That is fucking terrible. How are authors still getting away with this? When your supporting characters are more rounded than your leads, there is something wrong happening. This brings me to the organization trope. You guys know how much I hate that trope. Kingo just went through multiple ordeals because of organizations centered around eliminating Jinki. He's in this whole mess right now because of an organization, so why would his first thought be to join up with an organization? Tatsuki Fujimoto has had a very interesting effect on the manga community. I think what a lot of authors, fans too, don't understand about his influence is that his series aren't primarily battle shonen. The conflict in Chainsaw Man and Fire Punch are rooted in the socio-economic commentary that the author is focused on at that point in time. The drama is the focus, the action is the backdrop. In Wild Strawberry, it gets that entire thing flipped around. You have the topics of being economically challenged, but you also have the battles being the thing that determines what happens next. It's never Kingo trying to do something because he's poor. It's Kingo trying to beat somebody up because it's the only way he knows to res his sister, even though people smarter than him have said that's not possible. So that pig-headedness, that shonen attitude is rearing its ugly head in a series that honestly doesn't need it. And for mangakas so openly indebted to Tatsuki Fujimoto, you think he would have studied this a little bit further and implemented it properly into his own series. There's a point in the manga where a cadet from the Flower Funeral Force shows up and everything gets really bonkers. I don't think this manga needed building level destruction so early into the run. A pervy plant that is harnessed for its power, and the plant openly resents the host. Really? Are we really going to go full Chainsaw Man now? Is it really necessary to have people flying through the sky already? Come on, we don't need that. And all of the body horror and maiming, it doesn't really mean much to me anymore either. Especially when you have some characters who are as physically soft as Charmin getting diced up every chapter, and others who can be launched through multiple buildings with not even a scratch on their body. Wild Strawberry feels like what Full Night would have been if it went full tilt shonen. And while I really want to like Wild Strawberry and think it has a lot of potential, I do not believe that this should be a typical shonen. There are so many hints at greatness in this manga, and chapter 2 still stands out for me. I really want this to be a sensational series, but Yanamoto has been quite shaky so far. Wild Strawberry could be good. It isn't good right now, but it could be.